Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards campaign mode here with the first of two campaigns this week. We are playing as Aeldari against the Tau Empire, and we get a new card for the missions, this Drukhari Kabbalite Warrior. It's a very cool looking model. It's one of the newer ones, which I personally prefer to the older vintage models with the gigantic heads. This guy has poison, and you can earn copies more quickly for each infantry card in your deck. So I'm going with a full keyword deck here. Got 8 bodyguards with the infantry keyword, and with Rakarth, there's actually a lot of options for infantry. You could go with a lot of psychers, which would be good against Tau because they have no anti-psychic measures. But I'm just going with a mix. Every single bodyguard in here has a different trait, so I'll just go through really quickly. We got Yvraine with Inspiring Presence. She and the Shadowseer are both Psychers. The Shadowseer has Shield. We've got the Succubus with Furious Charge. Jane Zar, one of the Phoenix Lords, with Fear. Another Phoenix Lord, Malgan Ra with Precision Shot. We've got the Ranger with Target Acquired, the Fire Dragon with Big Game Hunter, and finally the new Drukhari Warrior with Poison. All of them led by Rakarth, who can heal up your units as you progress throughout the battle. So let's go ahead and deploy and see which of the Tau Warlords we're up against. So we're now finally up to 4 Tau Warlords with the new one that was been released in this campaign. We'll be able to play as it in the second campaign of the week, but for now we are fighting against Aun'va, and he is at level 2. So it looks like we have ranged options here, so we'll go ahead and put down Malgan Ra. Haven't used this guy very much, but he does hit pretty hard with the ranged attack. And I think we'll throw down this little warrior over here. We have the initiative, so he'll be taking the first turn. And there's a new card right there. The new Pathfinder. This thing has Scout. And let's see, we can go with the Ranger. So we'll just put him down here so we can start off with a really powerful ranged volley. And it would have been nice if we had actually targeted that drone, but I think we'll still be able to take it out. Okay. Aun'va's special rule is the Paradox of Duality. It increases the attack power of his units every time they take damage from either ranged or melee attacks. So you can see it right there, but it's not lasting very long because we're able to take down both of their ranged units immediately, leaving just the marksman, which has no attack type at all. They have quite a few bodyguards, and they are targeting the Drukhari Warrior. So he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Probably, well, not quite going down actually, because they don't have a whole lot of damage currently. So he's going to retaliate, poisoning the marksman. And I think we do want to take down that Krutox Rider. He's gaining a fair bit of stats from the Berserker Rage. So we'll keep going ranged, dealing a decent amount of damage, and they've got a really big ranged attack charged up, so if they start deploying ranged units, it's going to be pretty painful. You can see already with the counterattack they're dealing a lot of damage from that special rule, so they could go for the ranged attack here, and indeed they do, and that's going to be taken down. 2 of my strongest ranged units are going down, which is unfortunate. You want those stronger units in the late game for Rakarth, because that's when they're going to be you'll be getting the most out of them. So let's see, do we want to switch to, I think we are going to switch to melee just for a bit, so we can just ensure the destruction of that Krutox. So we'll put down Yvraine and the Succubus, and get the Inspiring Presence here. Poison is just very slowly working down that marksman. Okay, that was actually not... That's a kind of an overkill there. 88 damage to the Krutox Rider. And we're gaining some health there, so our units are starting to get a fair bit of health. They've still got 3 bodyguards remaining, so they've got a broadside battlesuit with big game hunter deploying, and then the ghost keel battlesuit, level 4. These guys can deal pretty good amount of damage, and the marksman is continuously charging up their ranged attack, so they're actually dealing quite a bit of damage. Okay, we'll finally be able to take out the marksman, and do we want to go psychic is the question. I think we actually do. So we'll debuff their melee and just deal a bunch of damage to the broadside with the psychic attack, and they will not gain any attack from that, as it is psychic damage. Okay, and their final unit is the really big Barracuda. It's at level 2, but still dealing quite a bit of damage to the barrage. Not quite taking out the succubus, fortunately, for us. And we'll be able to finally finish off that broadside. And I'm thinking we'll put down the Shadow Seer over here so it can block the main attack from the Barracuda. And go for the psychic attack. Once again debuffing the enemy melee. Their warlord has only a melee attack, so if we try to go melee against him, he's going to be hitting back fairly hard. And he deploys to the field. He's got Inspiring Presence, increasing the damage output of his allies. And they'll be going ranged. I think that Barracuda is going to take out the succubus actually with the splash damage from barrage. The Vrain taking a fairly decent amount of damage there. We can just shift her over to the center lane though and start working down the warlord. And we'll put down Jane Czar, who actually, I think she can debuff ranged, so that actually works out really well for us. The fear greatly reducing the damage as well. So a bit of a slow battle here, but you can see that Psychic is quite good against the Tau, especially against Aun'va. So they're going for the ranged attack, but you can see with the Jane Czar, she's got over 200 health. And with the fear, there's no way that that Ghost Kill Battlesuit is going to take her down anytime soon. Okay. Not quite enough to finish off the Warlord, so we'll go with one more Psychic attack, and then close this game out on the following turn. 70 damage again from that Barracuda, and looks like we are good to go. So the units I used in this deck are not really my strongest ones. I just wanted to get a little bit more of a variety, do something a little bit different than I normally do. But again, there are lots of different options when it comes to infantry, so I'm glad. I like having the flexibility to go with, several different builds. You also have a few different warlords to choose from as well that fall under the infantry category. And then the second campaign this week we'll be playing as Tau, and we'll get that new warlord, so that's going to be something really fun to look forward to. Keep an eye out for that, but that's it for this campaign. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.